to be the first pick tonight. So, Shannon,
Yes.
who will turn out to be the better quarterback? Are we going with Kyler or last year's first pick from Oklahoma,
Careful.
Baker Mayfield?
Man, you know I'm going with that old cookie guy, old Baker. Yeah, he's good at baking.
Yeah, you're driving his bandwagon. Yeah.
You know what's good for me? After watching him last year, his arm is better than I thought. His accuracy is better than I thought because his anticipatory skills are better than I thought. And so with that being said, I just think he's going to have a better career. It's just hard for me to believe a 5'9" guy, 195 to 200 pounds, is going to be able to stay healthy. Now, Pro Football Focus ranked the Arizona Cardinals as the worst offensive line in football.
Yep.
Now, I watched the college awards show, and the Oklahoma offensive line got the best award for the best offense, got the award for best offensive line in football. So we see how that, and again, it goes to health. And then I love what the Cleveland Browns have done for Baker. Odell Beckham is 25. Jarvis Landry is 25, 26. They got Callaway. They got Njoku. They got Kareem Hunt, who's going to miss the first 8 games. They got Nick Chubb. I love what they've surrounded him with. So with that being said, it's hard for me to envision a scenario with Kyler Murray because it's going to be a wild skip. This is a rebuild. Larry Fitzgerald is only going to play probably 1 more year max. And they don't have the weapons around him. They don't have the structure that Baker has in Cleveland. So I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield.
You know how much I think of Baker Mayfield. I love him.
Yeah.
I told you last year I'm taking him #1 and not looking back, and I think I was alone in that, and they took him #1, and now you are the president of the Baker Mayfield fan club, which is ironic.
I love this question, too.
Yeah, okay.
Pick between your 2 kids.
Baker's going to be a very good NFL quarterback, and he showed you last year he's on his way. He had an okay year. He was 21st in QBR last year.
Oh,
So
it's okay now.
He didn't exactly light it up in QBR.
Oh, okay.
27 touchdown passes to 14 interceptions. Kyler Murray will be an even better quarterback than Baker Mayfield will be in the long run. And I'll give you, it's going to be a rocky start because that's not a lot to work with.
Yeah.
But he does have his football soulmate as his head coach and coordinator in Cliff Kingsbury. And we're banking on that they're actually going to do this unless they get cold feet and run from it. I don't think that they will. But I'm going to remind you, Baker Mayfield is basically an overachiever. And I don't always love overachievers. He was not a one-time walk-on. He was a 2-time walk-on, right?
But that lets you know how talented he is.
Would you consider Kyler Murray an overachiever? What a stud of a performer he's been.
Didn't he walk on to Oklahoma?
Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he transferred to Oklahoma.
Okay.
He didn't walk on. Yeah. I mean, he was a top national recruit.
So was Baker.
Everything.
He was not a top national recruit. I'm sorry, he just
He
wasn't.
started from the bottom. Now he on the top.
Kyler Murray, not once or twice, 3 straight years, he won the Texas State High School Football Championship. He put up numbers at Allen High School that are just off the charts. Then he became the 9th overall pick in the baseball draft. Then he stepped into the biggest pressure cooker you could ever step into in Norman, Oklahoma. You're following a Heisman winner who went #1 overall in the draft and had put up back-to-back #1 QBR seasons in
But what I
college
tell you,
football.
we kept him on the bench.
Okay?
If he was that good, he'd have replaced us. That's what Tua did. That's what Tua did to Jalen Hurts because he was the better of the 2.
So would you believe, this was a shock to me because I'm an OU nut, but I'm sitting back thinking, boy, Kyler's going to have a rocky start to his first year at Oklahoma, his only year at Oklahoma. He took it up a whole nother level. He put up the greatest statistical year in the history of college football.
In that conference.
Yeah, in that conference.
Jalen Hurts going to throw for 30 touchdowns, and he only threw for 10.
So what happened in the national semifinals that these 2 kids played?
He called that L.
Okay. Baker Mayfield played pretty well against Georgia, not very well in the second half. He threw for 287 total. He rushed 12 times from 1 yard. So that's all because Baker's not going to hurt you with his legs that much. So he had 288 yards of offense. Last year against Alabama national semifinal, Kyler Murray put up 417 yards of total offense.
300 of it came in the second half. Meaningless ball. We don't do skill. We don't do meaningless.
Okay. So let's look at their worst loss, their only loss of their last years at Oklahoma. Baker Mayfield, would you believe in his final year at Oklahoma, he lost to at home to a 30.5-point underdog.
Yeah.
Iowa State went to Norman. And I came in here on Monday. I told you it's the worst loss my team has ever suffered when they were good. You know, it's the worst good team loss in the history of Oklahoma football. You lost to a 30.5-point favorite at home.
Yeah.
And Baker was pretty good in the game. He threw for 306. He actually ran for 90 in that game, but they lost 38-31. So Kyler's one loss was to Texas. Once you
I was
were
at
at that game.
Yep.
And again, it was 48-45. He did throw one fourth quarter interception.
Yeah.
Not good, but he was pretty good in that game because he threw for 304 and ran for 92 more. So,
So Baker.
4 touchdown passes.
So Baker threw for more yards and rushed for more yards.
Yeah, but against Texas, then he got revenge over Texas in the Big 12 championship.
And then
game.
what happened? And both of them, and when both of them met those foes from the SEC, a top dog and a Crimson Wave, what happened? Engulfed.
Kyler had the better game.
No,
than Baker
both of
did.
them. One played good in the first half, the other played good in the second half when it didn't matter. That's fact.
Yep. Well, fact is that Kyler's got a better arm than Baker Mayfield. Kyler, to me, is at least as accurate, if not a little more accurate. And Kyler, trust me, if he timed in the 40-yard dash right now, if he's in shape, he would run in the 4.2s.
They ain't running no 4.2.
I told you, it's the quickest feet I have ever seen in all my years
Taking a
watching
whole bunch of
football.
steps ain't going nowhere.
All right. Well, I'll take it.
Like Fred Flintstone getting ready to start the car.
I'm going to take it. So you just compared Kyler Murray to Fred Flintstone.
Well, when he get ready to start the car, what does he do? Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how he runs. I give him like 4.4. I think he probably run 4.4.
No,
But
again, Lincoln Riley said when he was out of shape and the first day he arrived from Texas A&M in the transfer year, they timed him and he ran 4.3 and they were shell-shocked that he could run 4.3 looking just a little bit pudgy. And once he got in shape, you don't think he'd run 4.2?
you know what? I think I'm gonna name, if I were to have some kid, I ain't looking to have no kid. I think I'm gonna name my kid Cadillac Sharp. Or maybe Studebaker Sharp, Lincoln Riley.
Oh,
Well,
to
I
compete
like
with
that.
Lincoln Riley?
I
Yeah.
like the name Lincoln. I don't know about Cadillac Sharp.
Cadillac, Caddy.
You can have another kid at 50?
Whoa, why you looking at me? Why you looking at me like that?
Well, I'm just asking you. You
I
said
didn't
you're going to
say it.
name him.
Like Rob said, my biological clock is ticking.
Okay, well, I mean, a lot of guys do.
Oh,
I mean,
it just went off.
nothing
I'm
wrong
done.
with it.
Oh, it just went off. I'm done.
Time to go.
You're done.
I'm done.
What I love about these two, having spent a lot of time
Yes,
with them,
you
they
have.
have this extreme confidence.
They do.
But it stems from totally different places.
I agree.
And it's like you said, it's the walk-on who is always going to be proving everyone wrong. And then it's Kyler, who I feel was patiently waiting just because he knew how good he could be, that he was never fazed by it. And now we just
Never
are
fazed.
patiently waiting to see what's
And
next.
Baker always say, I kept him on the bench. He couldn't start in front of me. That's Brian Greasy claim to fame. He like, I kept Tom Brady on the bench.
Baker Mayfield had just led college football in QBR in his year before. Who do you think's going to be on the bench?
Hey.
Anybody would have been on the bench.
No, dude.
Yeah.
Tua would have
feeling
took
it
that.
would be,
Tua would have got that job. Oh, Tua got it.
We'll see. Okay.
Tua got a job from a guy that went to the national championship game and was 1 second away from winning the national championship. That's what
guy
Tua
who
did.
should have been playing in place of Tua,
Don't
who
do that.
saved your season, is about to win the Heisman Trophy at the University of Oklahoma.
You know good well that man ain't about to win no Heisman.
He is.
No, he's not.
He lit it up in the spring game.
I have a feeling I'm going to be spending a lot of time.
I think
in
you are
Norman
too.
This
Yep.
next season.
Enjoy.
Plenty to talk about. You guys can come.
No.
You're welcome anytime. Should Damian Lillard still be talking trash to Russell Westbrook? We will tell you what he's saying next.